Hi, and welcome to the last of the mini video series I like to call the Creative Life Lessons. Today we'll be talking about Creative Life Lesson number 5, which is don't worry. All right, so I've got a quote here by Leo Buscaglia, and it is worry never robs tomorrow of its sorrow. It only saps today of its joy. So that's kind of like a weird thing, right? But if you think about it, if it saps today of its joy, your tomorrow becomes your today pretty soon, right? And it can become this perpetual thing where you're just not joyful. And there are a lot of links between creative people and depression, and I feel like this has to be addressed. If you continue to move forward in a way where you have your joy stolen every day, you're not able to create your best work. As a creative, you're stunted, right? Like, this is a big deal. Like, we need to get to a place of joy so that we can create and we can create freely and have that freedom and like do those things and start to make like new things. But if you're discouraged or if you are depressed or you are worried or doubtful or anxietal, you can't possibly operate, right? We talked about in the creative life lesson number 3 how like putting your heart in the right place will help like the blocks of your mind, and I believe that is like a battle in the mind whenever you're unable to be joyful or unable to be um happy, or you're discouraged or depressed. That's like a mind battlefield thing, right? So I just kind of want to give you maybe some exercises to help you in the times that you find yourself like worrisome or down or depressed. So, one exercise number 1 is to write down what worries you do have. So, journaling is a good thing, but honestly, if you just write a list down of the things that you're worried about, that's great too. And then you take those things, you look them over, you give them a good look, you acknowledge that they're happening because they're real, and then you give up. Like, you give those things up. Like, let it go. Burn that piece of paper if you have to. But you look over those things and you tell them that they have no authority in your life and that you don't have to deal with them, and you get rid of them. Get them out. That's a really good exercise, actually. And then after that, you can follow that up with some prayer of being grateful and being grateful for future things happening, like the opposite of those things happening, things that bring you joy. Man, that's like, if you did that for 30 minutes, that would mean like the next 24 hours. So do that thing. Second, you can try to figure out what is truth or positive about your situation rather than dwelling on your worry. Whatever is positive about your situation, not like the things that make you worry, but think about the things that are positive about your situation, like what is going for you that is good. That's truth too, right? Remember when I said like worry is the enemy trying to lie to you and make you believe something because how can it be true if you haven't tried it yet or if you haven't accomplished it yet? That's why I say like focus on the positive things, the things that are actually true, and then choose to continue to focus on those things, not the worry, because the worry is the lie, right? It's not the truth. You don't know if that thing's going to blow up in your face. You don't know if it's not going to work out. You don't know if something's going to be like in opposition with you, or you're going to like find adversity somewhere. You don't know yet. So focus on the positive things, the things that make you joyful, the things that you can be happy about, and don't worry about that other stuff that could possibly happen that isn't even true. And then the third thing we can do is to ask other people for their perspectives. Make sure these people that you are asking about your situation and what you should do about it, make sure that they are trustworthy, right? It's good to have sound counsel. It's good to have like an inner circle. It's good to have like a pod or a tribe or whatever. Ask people that have maybe been in your particular situation, like that can give you wisdom about that thing, right? You can ask things that like either worked out or didn't work out. That way you can kind of have like a ready defense for whatever might happen, especially if you don't know what's going to happen and you're like still just kind of speculating on that thing. Having somebody that has been through it, or just an outside perspective that can like be removed from your situation and give you like a broader scope. Because sometimes like if you look at a painting up close, like you see all the like little things, right? You see all the little brush strokes. You see all the colors mixing or not mixing. You see all the like little discrepancies, or like where maybe there's more paint here and less paint there, and like all you see is the detail, right? But if you take an outside perspective, or a perspective that is like farther back, that can see like the whole thing and how it makes an image, that's almost everything in some situations, and can help you to not worry about what is going to happen or what could possibly go wrong or whatever. When that person tells you like, yeah, but look at all the good stuff that can come of it. Look at this big thing that can happen because of it. Then you're not going to be like held back. You're not going to hesitate. You're going to keep going. You're going to keep going forward, and you're going to keep making that awesome thing happen. And sometimes that's everything in whatever you're trying to create. Like pushing through that spot where you're like dip down. You got to push through it, and getting that outside perspective helps tremendously. And I would say that none of these 3 points are better or much more effective than the other. They're all just things you can do. You can write down what happens and give it up. You can figure out what is actually true and positive about your situation and move forward on that, or you can get an outside perspective. These will change in effectiveness according to every particular situation. You just have to figure it out, right? Um, so yeah, I just want to encourage you, like, don't worry about anything when it comes to your purpose or what you're trying to create. Create that thing. You're not going to know until you try. So do it. And that is the positive thing that I can give you for today. And that wraps up our Creatives 5 Life Lessons. If you do these things, then you will open up your world to some amazing stuff. I've been practicing these things lately and just been trying them, and man, I mean, it's wild. It's wild to think about like the things that I'm excited about for the future. And I hope that this series encourages you to find those things, hopefully, or to continue building upon the thing that you're doing, or to get you out of that like rut where you're you feel stuck or you feel like you don't know which way you're supposed to go. So I hope this all encourages you. Let me know in whatever comments you can find. You can even email me back at hello@creatorfollowing.com. That's where I'm gonna have everything. I have a website that I'm building right now, and I'm blogging, and I'm doing those things, and I'm recording videos and doing audio for podcasts, and I'm just creating that thing. So the next video will tell you more about moving forward with creator following and what your role can be in it, and more so my goal with everything, like what I plan for everything to be, and hopefully how it will help other people in their creative journey. So I will see you next time for the last video in this little mini series. And I hope you have a great day. Until tomorrow, take care and be blessed.